Okay, so you were at Volcom for about 20 years.
I was there 20 years, yeah.
Compact all that together, what were the highlights?
Honestly, just the camaraderie, you know, and just the people, all of them, you know, like the team riders, getting all the athletes on board and working with them on different film projects or ad campaigns. And then just building employee teams, and you know, at one point I had probably 40 people under me, like globally.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of pride in building incredible teams and having like the least amount of turnover as possible, and we did that for a long, long time. And honestly, it's the people, the camaraderie, and just the parties are fun, the trade shows are fun, like.
Those trade shows, oh
yeah,
man, if you got,
nuts.
I don't know if anybody's ever been to one of the action sports industry's trade shows, but holy smokes, I mean, Volcom shows up and it's like they bring the party. It's out of control and fun, the energy and you guys had all these crazy themes that you would carry through. It was just really different fun.
Yeah.
And I think they still do that to a certain degree.
Yeah, I don't know, I haven't been to a trade show in a long time, thank God.
Are there any trade shows left, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the people. It's the people and the relationships that, you know, I still have to this day, and watching people succeed too. Like really watching people like thrive and succeed and go on to other amazing things, start companies. You know, people getting married. Like there's been so many marriages within my department of just people that I hire, and people get married and have kids, and I'm just like, that's amazing. You know, and I'm friends with those people to this day. You know, so I think that's awesome. Like that's real, that's life, you know?
Yeah, no, you know, and I think that's one thing that I love about the industry is that there's a real sense of culture. You know, I think a lot of these brands really put time and energy in making sure the culture is right. And I know that Volcom did. I mean, every time I went over to the office, it's just like, I mean, you got drenched in this culture. It was just infectious.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so at what point did you start to think that you were ready to step down as EVP? What's one thing, you know, that you were feeling that you were ready to move on?
Yeah, I think it was funny because it was around that time when the recession hit that I was like, this would be a pretty easy time for me just to pull the plug. But at the same time, I had been there for so long, I couldn't stomach doing it. Because it was just, everything was kind of in turmoil, and I didn't want to leave on that note. So it was my priority to make sure that in the coming years that I had, the infrastructure was just solid, that where I could walk out, someone else can walk in, it's plug and play, ready to go with an amazing team. So, but the reason was, I mean, I had a lot of people that were my employees, and just the different things of just management. You know, it's like I was dealing with management type of things 90% of the time in the last like couple of years that I was working there, and then through also being a public company, all the pressures to grow and that sort of thing. So it kind of got to a point where I was like, you know what, the best years are behind me. I know that for sure with Volcom. So do I just kind of like limp along, like not too super happy and kind of do that? And I just honored my heart, and I was like, it's time for me to go in 2010. So, but I did persevere for about 2 years, and I wasn't like super stoked the whole time, but it was a goal of mine to leave it in good hands. So that was a big priority for me.